Good evening, everyone. I, Janet Vera Cruz, Vice President of the Duncanville ISD of Board of Trustees, call this meeting of the Duncanville Independent School District to order. Let the record show that a quorum of Board of Trustees is present, that the meeting has been duly called, and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code Chapter 551. Good evening, everyone. Our mission at Duncanville ISD is to engage, equip, and empower all scholars to achieve their unique potential. Please join me for a word of prayer. Lord, we commit this evening's meeting to you, for we have been chosen for such a time as this. Thank you that your presence in tonight's meeting sets us apart. We pray for favor, protection over all students, administration, and campuses and leaders as we approach this holiday season. We pray for rest and rejuvenation for students and administration. Thank you for the simple but life-changing message of your love for us. May we live in the light of your salvation through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. I will turn now the meeting to Ms. Avila, who will introduce our students who are leading us in the pledges.
Good evening, Madam President, Madam Vice President, trustees, and Dr. Gorey. Tonight, we have the Bill Hart's Buddies, who are joining us from Bill Hart's Elementary School, who will be leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas Pledge. Students, please face our Board of Trustees and introduce yourselves.
Victoria Ochoa, and I'm in 5th grade.
My name is Oliver Sands, and I'm in 2nd grade.
My name is Talia Coleman, and I'm in 4th grade.
My name is Nuruba Velez, and I'm in 4th grade.
My name is Isabel Burrell, and I'm in 5th grade.
My name is Esperanza, and
What grade?
kindergarten.
Good job. Good job.
My name is Anthony Gonzalez, and I'm in 2nd grade.
My name is Damaris Carrillo, and I'm in 2nd grade.
My name is Jose Martinez, and I'm in 4th grade.
Very good. Everyone, please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
honor
The Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Great job, students. We're going to have our trustees remain standing, and we're going to take a quick group photo. So students, if you could face the front.
All right. Ready? And 1, 2, 3. One more time, and 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, students.
Thank you, Ms. Avila and students. That was lovely. We will move on to the superintendent's report. I will now turn the meeting over to Dr. Gorey.
Thank you very much, Madam Vice President, other trustees, and everyone assembled. Good evening. It is certainly my pleasure to present you with the superintendent's report for November. Dallas Cowboys team captain and defensive tackle Oza Odigizua is bringing his annual turkey giveaway to Duncanville High School on Tuesday, November 18th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Families are encouraged to scan the QR code to sign up. We are thankful for the partnership and proud to help our families celebrate the holiday season. You may also go to our social media sites, and the barcode, the scan code, or the QR code is located there as well. The Duncanville High School Marching Band wrapped up another outstanding season, earning its 48th consecutive Division I rating at the UIL Region 20 Marching Band Assessment, a true testament to the program's excellence and dedication. This year's show, The Wilder West, captivated audience with the cinematic storytelling, the powerful sounds, and dynamic visual designs. Congratulations to all the talented student musicians and the band leadership on this incredible achievement. What a season our Lady Panthers had. The Duncanville High School volleyball team made it all the way to the regional semifinals, and we could not be more proud of their hard work and their accomplishments. Special shout outs to the coaches for their leadership and their dedication. We look forward to continuing to see great things from our volleyball program here in Duncanville. Duncanville ISD hosted the Duncanville ISD Fall Festival Saturday, October 25th, and it was a success. Thank you to all who joined us, and don't forget your choice applications are now open, and please remember to go and fill out and take advantage of this opportunity for your children. You can find that application on our website at duncanvilleisd.org/choice. Thanksgiving break is quickly approaching. We will be on break from November 24th to the 28th. We encourage all staff and family to take time to rest, recharge, and enjoy the company of loved ones over this special break. And please don't forget to have lots of delicious food. Thank you, Madam Vice President. That does conclude our superintendent's report for this month.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Goree. We will now move to recognitions, and I will turn the meeting over to Ms. Ana Avila.
Good evening, Madam Vice President, once again, trustees, and Dr. Goree. Thank you for the opportunity to present the donations received in November 2025. Each month, we are proud to share the incredible generosity of our community and the ongoing support that they show for Duncanville ISD. Please take a look at the screens as I read the donations for this month. For Hastings Elementary, we have Calvary Lakeside Church for $200. And for our Family Engagement Department, we have Joe V. Smart Shop for $100. The total year-to-date for the 25-26 school year is $33,236.41. We are so grateful and thankful each and every month for our donors. We will now move into our Made with Pride honorees. Starting off with our first honoree is Kaylin McElmore, the 6th grade CTE teacher at Kennemer Middle School. Come on up. Today, we proudly celebrate Mr. McElmore as this month's Made with Pride in Duncanville Teacher Honoree. Nominated by his principal, Tamara Thompson, Mr. McElmore is an exceptional educator who truly exemplifies what it means to lead with impact. Mr. McElmore is a proud Duncanville graduate and now serves as the CTE department chair at the STEAM Academy at Kennemer Middle School. He leads with purpose, humility, and dedication. His principal shares his quiet diligence, unmatched work ethic, and relentless pursuit of growth make him more than deserving of this honor and of being recognized as Made with Pride in Duncanville. Whether he's meeting with district leaders to strengthen his craft or pursuing an internship with the communications department, his motivation is rooted in one goal: to elevate the student experience and enhance the CTE program at KMS. Mr. McElmore's leadership shines through his commitment to people and innovation. He builds trust, supports teachers, and ensures students have real-world learning experiences through career days, field trips, and guest speakers. More than a teacher, he is a visionary who inspires others to grow and succeed. His integrity, compassion, and drive reflect the true spirit of Duncanville ISD, leading with impact, purpose, and pride. Kaylin McElmore, you are what it means to be made with pride in Duncanville. Will Kaylin's family and friends please stand to be recognized as well? And let's go ahead and give Kaylin a round of applause. Moving on to our next honoree, which is Miss Susana Cisneros. Come on up. Next, we proudly recognize Miss Susana Cisneros as an exceptional occupational therapist whose passion and dedication truly embody what it means to be made with pride in Duncanville. Nominated by Miss Simona Sembrero, a teacher at Daniel Elementary, every day Miss Cisneros goes above and beyond to ensure students don't just succeed, but thrive both academically and personally. Miss Sembrano shared, her enthusiasm for her work is contagious, and it's clear that she is deeply committed to the success of each child she serves. Ms. Cisneros approaches her work as more than a job, but a calling rooted in compassion, creativity, and a genuine belief in every student's potential. One powerful example of her impact involves a student who struggled with fine motor skills. Ms. Cisneros took the time to create a personalized, engaging therapy plan that not only improved the student's abilities, but also built confidence and joy in learning. Her innovative approach, filled with fun and engagement, helped the students see success in every small step. Beyond her work with students, she serves as a valuable resource to colleagues, always ready to share ideas, strategies, and tools to better support children with special needs. Through her kindness, expertise, and unwavering commitment, Ms. Cisneros continues to make a lasting difference, one student, one smile, and one success at a time. Will Susanna's family and friends in attendance today please stand to be recognized, and let's give her and them a round of applause. And last but not least, we have Paola Oyola, 5th grader at Hastings Elementary. Come on up. It is our privilege to honor Paola, a student whose excellence in both academics and character reflects the very best of Duncanville ISD. Nominated by her mother, Elizabeth Oyola, and teacher, Jessica Garcia, Paola shines both in and out of the classroom. She maintains exceptional academic performance, including being an A honor roll student in her classes last year. She continuously challenges herself through UIL events, earning top placements in storytelling, poetry, and math. Paola also represents her campus with excellence, from winning the campus spelling bee to interviewing on behalf of Hastings at the annual United Way STEM Fest. Her nominator shares, Paola is a great student, leader, and role model. She is responsible, respectful, and very disciplined. Paola's leadership extends far beyond academics. For 3 years, she has volunteered to assist younger students with their morning transition, offering patience and guidance that set a positive tone for the school day. She is a proud member of the Hastings Dance Team, the District Honor Choir, and a local flamingo dance group. At home, she demonstrates deep compassion as a supportive sister to her nonverbal autistic brother, teaching him with incredible kindness and patience. From pre-K to now, Paola has exemplified perseverance, humility, and heart, making her this month's Made with Pride student honoree. Will Paola's family and friends in attendance today please stand to be recognized with her?
Congratulates the following teacher, student, and staff member who are made with pride in Duncanville. Hi, my name is Susanna Cisneros, and I am the Certified Occupational Therapy Assistant that works for the district. So an occupational therapist works with the students so that they are able to participate within their environment, access their curriculum, and we work with sensory regulation, fine motor skills. We help them adapt their environment so that they are able to participate within their academics so that they can be successful. My favorite part of my job is seeing the kids progress. The milestones that they accomplish with each goal that is met, and the carryover from year to year is, I think, what makes my heart happy, and just seeing them grow and become who they are meant to be is very fulfilling for me. I love my job. I love the kids. I think about them a lot. Well, you go home and you think about, like, okay, what can I do to better help this kiddo or this student or this family? So yes, I absolutely love my job. I am so blessed to be here, a part of the Duncanville family, and I'm very happy here.
Hi, I'm Paola Yola. I'm a 5th grader in Hastings Elementary. And I want to be an astronomer when I grow up because I love space so much. You never know what's outside in the universe. My favorite part of the day is reading because I love to read a lot and it connects with books also. I like to help people because it's like helping also the teacher, because when she's busy, I can also help, and it also can include socializing. Leadership is important because if other people are doing the wrong thing and they look at you, they're probably gonna follow you, what you're doing.
Hi, I'm Caleb McLemore. I am a computer science teacher at Kenmore Middle School. So with computer science, you have different programs and different code-based systems that the kids will learn. iMovie, Photoshop, how to edit pictures and to create flyers. I grew up in Duncanville. I graduated. I went to Brandenburg, Reed, to the high school. I was in the community. I feel that every student I see myself. And from there, it just kind of sparked this notion of, like, this is my home. This is something that I have to take care of. This is something that I have to come back and kind of pour into. I truly believe that great teachers create great teachers. You know, we get into this profession because 9 times out of 10, we have a teacher who we looked up to, and I had a plethora. In elementary school, I had Miss Keating, I had Miss Thompson. In middle school, I had Mr. Burnett, Miss Grother, Miss Bennett, Miss Nash. In high school, I had Mr. Shaw, the Russells, Mrs. Kasinajad, or formerly known as Miss K. I had those teachers who really helped me to be the person I am today. It's just nothing would have given me so much to where I have no choice. I'm obligated to give back in some way. And I think this is one of the ways I want to give back.
These honorees are truly made with pride in Duncanville.
And may I have our 3 honorees come to the front so we can snap a group photo with our trustees. I would also like to make a note, trustees, that in the video, the intro and the outro, it's recorded by one of our high school students. So we love to be able to incorporate our students as much as we can.
Ready? And 3, 2, and 1. Dr. Gordon, do you mind taking a step this way? Yeah, there we go. 3, 2, and 1. One more time. 3, 2, and 1.
Thank you all, and congratulations again. This concludes the Made with Pride honorees.
Thank you, Ms. Avila. What an exceptional trifecta. Thank you for leading with impact. I will now turn the meeting over to Chief Guerin for the swearing-in ceremony.
Madam Vice President, trustees, Dr. Gorey, it's my honor to swear in 2 officers, one who you've met before, our Deputy Chief, and newly hired officer, Destiny Hutera. So if they will come forward, I'll administer the oath of office. You'll raise your right hand, repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Antoine White,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of police officer of the Duncanville Independent School District
of police officer of the Duncanville Independent School District
of the state of Texas,
of the state of Texas,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws of the United States
the Constitution and the laws of the United States
and of this state.
and of this state.
And I furthermore solemnly swear or affirm
And I furthermore solemnly swear or affirm
that I have not directly or indirectly
that I have not directly or indirectly
paid, offered, or promised to pay,
paid, offered, or promised to pay,
contributed, nor promised to contribute
contributed, nor promised to contribute
any money or thing of value,
any money or thing of value,
or promised any public office or employment
or promised any public office or employment
as a reward to secure my appointment.
as a reward to seek to my appointment.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. And now I'd like to invite Destiny's husband up to pin her badge.
Good job.
I would like to share that Destiny's great-grandfather was a police officer in Abilene. She was a prison guard, and that's where she and her husband met, Officer Passos, and we're excited to have her and Deputy Chief White here. So thank you.
Thank you so much. That's true legacy. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chief Guerin. Do we have any board members who have announcements or acknowledgements? Seeing that we have none, we will now move to communications from citizens. We have none at this time. We will now move to closed session. Thank you. from closed session, we will continue with our agenda items. Everybody's here. Do I have a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation and that we hire and issue a one-year contract to Cesar Quintero for the position of principal?
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Are there any questions, comments, or discussions? If not, please cast your vote. Motion approved, 5-0. Thank you. We will now move to consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second. Thank you. Are there any questions, comments, and discussions? Please cast your vote. Motion passed, 5-0. We will now move on to the action agenda item, consider approval of annual financial report, presenter Darla Moss.
Good evening, Vice President Vera Cruz, trustees, and Dr. Goree. We are pleased to present the annual financial audit report for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025. The report provides a comprehensive view of the district's financial position and results of operations for the year. Before I introduce the auditors, I want to express my sincere appreciation to our financial services team and district staff for their hard work. I have two of those team members here tonight with me, our Director of Accounting, Ms. Allison White, and our Director of Budget and Finance, Ms. Letitia Griffin. They have worked tireless days and nights and weekends trying to get our audit together for us. The report represents a collaborative effort across the district. Their efforts are recognized as essential in maintaining the district's strong record of fiscal accountability and compliance with state and federal guidelines. I also want to extend our gratitude to our audit partners from Whitley Penn, who have worked diligently to complete the independent review of our financial statements. We have worked closely with Ms. Lauren Eaton, audit manager, and her team over the past few months. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Roger Tovar, audit partner with Whitley Penn, who will present the results of the annual financial report and provide the board with an overview of the audit findings and opinion.
Thank you. Good evening, Board of Trustees, Superintendent. I assume this is the clicker. Yep. All right. So my name is Roger Tovar. Thank you for that introduction. And so I am a partner with Whitley Penn. We're a CPA firm here in the state of Texas. And my presentation tonight is going to go over, as Ms. Moss said, the audit that we conducted and any results that we have related to that audit. So I'll start off with the process of the actual audit. So you can see here on the slide, there's on phase number 1 of the audit, there's a planning of the audit. So every audit that we conduct is a risk-based audit, and so we do perform a risk assessment prior to us coming out here. That risk assessment is going to include us evaluating the district, any prior findings, anything like that might trigger any specific risks that relate to the district. Then we'll lead over to number 2, which is the first time we come out to the district, and we'll start looking at your internal controls as a whole. Once we looked at your internal controls, we'll start evaluating them. Some of those controls we'll actually test the controls. Others we'll just come out and do a walkthrough of those controls. And that also helps us with the risk assessment. So if we determine that some of your controls are not effective or not in place, that obviously is going to impact that risk assessment, and we're going to start, once we go over to number 3, we'll do a lot more work over those areas if those controls are not working. So again, that goes over to number 3, which is the substantive testing, and this is when we come out the second time, we'll start looking at your actual account balances, your actual financial statements, and all that's going to be based on that risk assessment. That leads over to our last step, which is number 4. That's when we issue the opinion over your financial statements. And that opinion on the financial statements, you can see here on this slide, there's a few options here. So at the end of the day, this is the purpose of the audit, for us to come out and issue that opinion over your financial statements. So the three options that we have on the screen is the unmodified opinion. So that is the, when we come out, we'll look at everything and determine that your financial statements are materially correct. So that is obviously the goal of every audit. We can also modify the opinion if we come out and we're not able to audit all the areas. We might qualify the opinion for specific areas, or we can issue a disclaimer, and that usually means that we come out, we'll start looking at things, and we really couldn't audit anything. So again, those are just the options that we have as far as the opinion goes. For the district this year, we did issue an unmodified opinion over your financial statements. I believe we'll have a slide on that later as well. Some of the areas that we focus on here, you can see here IT. Again, some of these areas we do perform tests of actual controls. Others we'll just perform a walkthrough. So we have IT. We also look at some of the PEMS data that gets submitted to TEA. The non-payroll expenditures, that's one of the big areas, along with payroll, that we actually conduct some of the control testing. We'll look at other revenues. We'll look at procurement, federal and state compliance, which includes your federal grants, as well as your state, procurement, PFIA, those types of compliance requirements. As far as the substantive procedures that we perform, that is once we come out here the second time, we'll start looking at your account balances. Some of the items that we can perform, testing procedures that we can perform over those balances could be some analytical procedures, could be predictive tests over revenues or expenditures. We can start. We'll vouch some of those amounts. We'll send confirmations out to third parties, as well as we'll rely on some of the information that comes from TEA, which is all your payments that come from TEA. We'll use those, tie them out to your general ledger, your trial balance, make sure that all that makes sense. Again, that risk assessment that we perform determines what kind of procedures we're going to be performing over those balances. As far as the actual audit opinion, you can see here we did issue an unmodified opinion over your financial statements. We're also required to audit under what we call a yellow book, which is us coming out, evaluating your internal controls as they relate to your financial reporting. So during our audit work, if we see that there's a weakness or a deficiency over your controls, we're required to issue a report and report that to you. We have no internal control findings related to financial reporting. We also have no findings related to compliance. And then this slide goes over what we call single audit. So anytime an entity receives over $750,000 in federal funding, it triggers what we call a single audit. So we'll have to come out and audit your federal programs. And this year, you can see we had 4 major federal programs here. So we have IDEA, we have Title I, Title II, and then we also had ESSER 3. We're also required to issue an opinion over compliance over those programs. So currently we have an unmodified opinion. Again, that is the highest level of assurance that you can get. So we have an unmodified opinion over each of those major programs, and we also have no internal control issues over those programs. Now, this report is not final, just because the compliance supplement, which is the guidance that we're required to follow, is not finalized by the federal government. It's been delayed, and so it's technically not out yet. But we do have a final draft of that compliance supplement, which is what we use to audit. So we don't anticipate any of this to change. And so we're presenting the major programs, the findings, which in this case we have no findings, assuming that nothing's going to change when the final compliance supplement comes out. We're not expecting any changes, but this single audit is going to have to be approved by the board at a later date, just because it's not final right now. Right now, the only thing that's final is the financial statement part of it. The next couple of slides are going to go over required communications, which is, as auditors, we're required to communicate to you. We do have an engagement letter. We were engaged back in March of 2025, earlier this year. That risk assessment that I talked about earlier does incorporate 2 audit risks that we consider to be applicable, not specifically to your school district, but just every school district that we audit. One of them is management override of controls. So we look at your controls, but we're also aware that those controls, management can override those controls. And so we're always looking out for those overrides. And revenue recognition, just making sure that revenue is recognized in the proper period. So again, I go back to there was no findings that we have to report to you, but those 2 risks were incorporated into our risk assessment. We also had no disagreements or difficulties with management while conducting the audit, and we're independent of the district as a firm. As far as the district policies, we did look at some of those as part of the audit. We consider those to be in accordance with industry standards. This year, there was GASB 101, which was compensated absences that was applicable to the district. It was not material to your financial statements, but it was applicable this year. We're also not aware that management consulted with other accountants as far as obtaining essentially a second opinion on any audit related matters. And so now we're going to go over your actual financial statements here. So this slide goes over your government-wide financial statements. So this includes all your funds. This is at a accrual level accounting. So this includes all your long-term assets as well as long-term liabilities. So you can see here your total assets and deferred outflows. It's approximately $494 million. The majority of that is made up of the three items that you see here. So cash and investments is about 249. Capital assets net of depreciation is $203 million, and then receivables net of allowances is about $23 million. On the other side, you have your total liabilities and deferred inflows. So that is approximately $472 million. Your bonds payable makes up about 323 of those of the 472. And then you have your pension and your OPEB liability, which is a non-cash liability. So you have those at $40 and $27 million. Once you net all that out, you have your ending net position at $22 million this year, at the end of fiscal year 25. And so now we're going to be looking at the general fund. So this is your operating fund. Just a summary here. So you have your revenues in the general fund for fiscal year 25 or $125 million, which was less than the final budgeted amount by $1 million. You also have expenditures of $133 million, which was under budget by approximately $13 million. You had other financing sources, which was about $200,000. At the end of the year, your general fund balance decreased approximately $8 million, and that balance at the end of fiscal year 25 was sitting at $64 million. And so again, sticking with the general fund, this is just a different presentation of your revenues comparing to your budget. So you can see here again, your actual revenues were 125, your final budget was 126, and you can see how it's split between local revenues, state revenue, and then federal revenues. Same information, just in a different format. So you can see what percentage of your total revenue in the general fund is made up by your local revenue, by your property taxes, state aid, state revenue, and federal revenues. Going to the other side of your general fund, we have your expenditures, which was approximately $133 million for the year. You can see there, here, again, the same type of presentation that we looked at for the revenues. You can see there, as far as your largest expenditure is in instruction and related services, which is pretty common and typical for a Texas school district, and by far that is the largest expenditure on your books. And you can see that the actual amount was $72 million for the year. The budget was 78, and you can see how every expenditure category here was under budget, under your final budget, and that's just the information that's presented here. And then again, you can see that instruction and related services make up approximately 54%. If we're looking at percentages now, 54% of your total expenditures. Again, that is in line for a school district here in the state of Texas, and then everything else, it's either way less than that 54%. As far as your fund balance in your general fund, so we did go back a few years here, so just to kind of present information over the last 5 years, you can see the trend here. So this is your unassigned fund balance, which is the fund balance that's available for operations as a percentage of your general fund expenditure. So, and this year you can see that percentage went from 58% down to 47%, which still represents over 172 days, which is considered to be anything over 90 days is considered healthy. And so this year you are at 172 days of fund balance. As far as financial statements, in our opinion, so overall it was a clean audit. We didn't have any findings. It was a pleasure working with management. Everything requested was provided, and so we always enjoy working with them. y'all have any questions for me?
Thank you so much. Do we have any questions? Yes,
Just a
trustee.
comment, I appreciate your report. Very easy to understand, and I attribute Ms. Moss with bringing y'all. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, trustee. Oh, do you have a question? No? Okay. Okay. With that being said, do I have a motion that the board accept the annual financial report for the fiscal year ending July 30th, 2025 as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Please cast your vote electronically. Motion passed 5-0. Thank you. We will now move to action item B, consider approval of a resolution to cast a vote for a member of the Board of Directors of the Dallas Central Appraisal District, Ms. Presenter Darla Moss.
Thank you again, Vice President Vera Cruz, trustees, Dr. Goree. This agenda item is for your consideration and approval of a resolution to cast the district's votes for the appointment and election of the directors of the Dallas Central Appraisal District, DCAD, pursuant to Property Tax Code Section 6.03. The district has received an official ballot, a sample resolution, and the document confirming the 2025 calculation of taxing unit votes from the DCAD. Member entities are allocated a designated number of votes based on their local tax levy proportion. The district has been allocated 20 votes to cast for one or more candidates. Each school district is required to vote by official ballot in an open meeting by resolution and submit the resolution ballot to the chief appraiser before December 15, 2025. Included in your board packet is the resolution, the election ballot, and the document provided by the DCAD, including biographies, resumes of each of the 13 candidates. The board may cast its vote for one candidate or distribute their votes among any member of the candidates listed on the official ballot. We are requesting approval of the resolution that authorizes the board president to cast our votes on behalf of the district and submit the official ballot to the appraisal district by the required deadline.
Thank you. Do I have a motion that the Board of Trustees adopt the resolution casting the 20 votes for Cassandra Phillips as a candidate for the Dallas County Appraisal District Board of Directors?
So moved. Second.
Are there any questions or comments or discussion? Please cast your votes. Motion passed 5-0. Thank you. We will now move to action item C. Consider approval of purchase of CTE furniture. Presenter Madi Zamora.
Good evening, Madam President, Madam Vice President, trustees, and Dr. Goree. So as part of the bond 2023 and the new CTE edition, the district is undertaking the purchase of new culinary and cosmetology equipment and furnishings. The district solicited a proposal from A&G Consultants, an approved vendor, through RFP 2425.004 and the EPC&T Purchasing Cooperative. The CTE department and teachers collaborated to identify the specific needs for each program. The proposal includes a wide range of equipment and furnishings, including but not limited to salon chairs, hair washing sinks, manicure and pedicure stations, ovens, bakeware, cookware sets, tables, and chairs. The total proposal amount exceeds $1 million, which does include a 15% contingency budget. These purchases will be funded through the Bond 2023 CTE Edition budget. Delivery and installation of the furniture and equipment are anticipated for the summer of 2026. It is recommended that the board approve possible action to enter into negotiations with A&G Consultants for the CTE furniture and equipment agreements exceeding $50,000. Be happy to address any questions you may have.
Do I have a motion to consider and take possible action to negotiate, enter into an agreement with A&G Consultants for CTE furniture, equipment, agreement exceeding $50,000?
So moved, and I am so excited for this building. It is so good for Duncanville High School.
It is. Thank you. Thank you. Are there any questions or comments or discussions? Did you have something to say? No? Okay. Please cast your vote. Motion passed 5-0. Thank you. We will now move to action item D, consider approval of the 2025-2026 District Improvement Plan. Talluance Graham.
Good evening to Vice President Colton, to all other members, all of the trustees, to Vice President Vera Cruz, and to all other trustees, and to Dr. Goree. Today, we want to present the 2025-26 District Improvement Plan. Each year, Duncanville ISD engages in district improvement planning process to ensure the continuous progress and alignment across each organization. This process provides an opportunity to reaffirm the district's mission and vision, align our academic, fiscal, and cultural expectations across all departments and campuses, and establish a system of monitoring and accountability for sustained improvement. In addition, state law requires that the board approve both the district and campus improvement plans each year. Our process for developing the 2025-2026 District Improvement Plan followed a structured, data-driven approach. First, during the July 2025, we started the needs assessment process. We began gathering and analyzing data, identifying strengths, challenges, and opportunities for improvement. And this helped us clearly identify and define what the district looks like and what supports were needed. In August through September of 2025, we started the strategic goal alignment. We reviewed and updated our long-term strategic goals and ensured they reflected the current priorities. The Board of Trustees approved the strategic goals in September. Now, the last part is the important part, strategic alignment. A key improvement this year in the district's alignment between the strategic plan and the district improvement plan. Over the next few presentations, you will see that the strategic priorities and the district improvement plan, along with our campus improvement plan and our turnaround plans, all start from that same strategic planning process. In October of 2025, a committee reviewed and approved these strategic goals as our foundation. We established the annual district improvement goals. And these goals were reviewed by and approved by our District Educational Improvement Committee, the DEIC, and the Campus Improvement Committees. Our next slide shows our strategic plan alignment. The first thing that you will see is the strategic plan that serves as the foundation of all plans across this organization. Each department and campus plans derive from these priorities. All strategic goals are designed to be fully achieved by 2028. If you look at the current slide, you will see all of the priorities, which is student academic success, student, family, and community connection, which is priority 2. Priority 3 is personnel, and professional. And the last one is priority 4, which is fiscal stewardship and operational excellence. All of these strategic priorities, if we start to look at the next portion, we will see the performance objectives, and all of the performance objectives are expected to be completed in a 3-year process by 2028. Next, you will see the district improvement plan priorities. If you notice, they have the same exact priorities as the strategic plan. That is the goal of this year, to ensure strategic alignment from our strategic plan all the way down to our campus plans. Beneath each priority, you will notice the performance objectives for this year. All performance objectives for the district improvement plan are expected to be completed by the end of this year, 2026. Next, we will look at the monitoring and compliance. Each month during our senior leadership team meetings, department owners will provide updates on their progress toward these district goals. The Board of Trustees will receive quarterly progress updates, ensuring transparency and accountability. Additionally, all progress will be tracked and updated in our district performance software for ongoing monitoring. So in accordance with Board Policy BQ Legal, the administration recommends approval for the district objectives for the 2025-2026 school year as presented. At this time, do we have any questions?
So do I have a motion?
Everybody leave.
Do we have any questions? Thank you for the report. I look forward to seeing the implementation of all of this, the impact that we have on our generations going in and coming out. As I look out to the faces of our leaders and to the audience, I see you and I believe in you. You are charged with such a task as this. And I know each and individual one of you that has this at hand, and I trust that we will see great things come out.
Maybe we should take a break. A few minutes, everybody. Chill.
So do I have a motion that the Board of Trustees approve the 2025-2026 District Improvement Plan as required by the Texas Education Code 11.252?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments or discussions? If not, please cast your votes. Motion passed 4-0. Thank you. We will now move to action item E. Consider approval of 2025-2026 campus improvement plans by Dr. April Wyatt.
Good evening, Madam Vice President, members of the board, Superintendent Dr. Goree, and guests. Tonight, we are here to share our 2025-2026 campus improvement plans. These plans show how our principals, teachers, and district teams are working together to help every student grow and succeed. Our goal is simple: to make sure every campus has a clear plan that strengthens daily instruction for every student and leads to stronger academic results across the district. Board policy BQ Local requires that each year the school board approves the process we use to develop both the district and campus improvement plans. This ensures that we gather input from stakeholders and that all required components are included and aligned to law. Our decision-making process includes input from many different voices. Each campus has a site-based decision-making committee, and at the district level, we have, as Mr. Graham stated, the District Educational Improvement Committee, our DEIC. These groups include teachers, staff, parents, community members, a business representative, and a district professional. Teacher representatives were selected through a nomination and voting process during a faculty meeting for the campus improvement plans. The other members are recruited in different ways. Parents can volunteer or be invited to serve. Community members and business partners are recruited from the local area. Non-teaching staff and district professionals are identified through campus or district recruitment to ensure the committee has a balanced set of perspectives. This process helps us build teams that truly represent the students we serve. These are our 4 district priorities, and every campus improvement plan is aligned to them. Priority 1 focuses on student academic success. Priority 2 supports our students, families, and community. Priority 3 strengthens our staff through professional learning and development. And priority 4 ensures we manage our resources well and maintain strong operation. Each campus used these 4 priorities to guide their goals and action steps for the year. These are the main areas of our campus improvement plan focus for the 25-26 academic year. First, we are working to raise our performance in reading, math, science, and social studies so all campuses meet state expectations. Second, increase the number of students who show strong academic progress each year, moving from 72% of students growing as expected to 80%. Third, we are strengthening parent and family engagement so families feel connected and supported. Fourth, we are building the skills of campus administrators through targeted professional development based on the academic needs of each school. And fifth, we're increasing our focus on fiscal stewardship by making sure our instructional dollars are being used in ways that directly support student learning. This last slide shows the full list of campuses, and each campus improvement plan has been shared with you for review that has also been placed in your board book. All plans were written using the SMART goal process, which means goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. This helps ensure every campus sets clear expectations and track progress in a meaningful way. At this time, I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Are there any questions, comments? I'd like to say that I recognize that you had said balanced set of perspectives, and I appreciate that, having that integrity piece to all of what you're doing and implementing. I also heard that you say strengthening parents, family engagement opportunities, and that I appreciate in our community where that is, you cannot ignore that. That needs to be approached in a delicate way and a sensitive way, that they are pulled in. Anybody else have a question? Thank you. So do I have a motion that the board approve the 2025 campus improvement plans for Duncanville ISD?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Are there any other comments or questions? If not, please cast your vote. Motion approved, 4-0. Thank you. We will.
I'd like to thank you for your weekend.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Get into it before the weekend. On top of this one. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now move to action item F, consider approval of 2025-2026 turnaround plans, target improvement plans, and local improvement plan from Rosa Hernandez.
Good evening, Madam Vice President Vela Cruz, Board Trustees, Superintendent Dr. Gorey, and guests. I present to you tonight our 25-26 turnaround plans, TAPS, Target Improvement Plans, TIP, and Local Improvement Plans, LIP. In alignment with board policy, AIG, district and campus leaders have collaboratively developed, reviewed, and revised our target improvement plans, turnaround plans, and leadership improvement plans to ensure alignment with our district improvement plan and strategic priorities. These plans serve as a comprehensive framework to develop continuous improvement, strengthen our educational systems and instructional systems, accelerate student achievement across all campuses. Each plan was designed through a collaborative process involving campus administrators, teachers, instructional coordinators, parents, and community representatives, and is grounded in data-driven decision-making. The TAP and TIP plans outline targeted strategies for improving overall accountability performance in Domain 1, 2, and 3, while the LIP plans are designed to build leadership capacity and sustainability of improvement efforts. Together, these plans reflect our district's unwavering commitment to ensuring that every student has access to high-quality instruction, effective leadership, and quality learning opportunities. Tonight's presentation will provide you an overview of our progress, our monitoring systems, are key milestones that will guide our collaborative efforts towards achieving sustainable district-wide results. If you can please refer to a packet that was placed at your diocese. There was some upgrades in our plan. I believe a copy was placed on your desk. So according in compliance with AIG legal, our district or campus that attains a rating of a D qualified under Educational Code 39.0543B shall develop and implement a local improvement plan using the guidance provided by TEA. In compliance with Board Policy AIG Legal, a campus that has been identified as unacceptable for 2 consecutive school years, the commissioner shall order the campus to prepare and submit a turnaround or target improvement plan using the guidance by TEA. Each district has an assigned DCSI. So you'll see the DCSI, which is a district coordinator of school improvement. That would be me, Ms. Hernandez, that supervises all our campus improvement schools. We call them school improvement campuses. They're appointed by our superintendent, Dr. Gorey, and oversee the work of our school improvement interventions. As a DCSI, I engage with all TA touch points, serve as the principal, manager, and supervisor, is a chief performance manager who ensures plans are implemented with fidelity, brings data, progress updates, and needs to the superintendent for resources and operational flexibility, and remove barriers to ensuring school improvement is our focus. So what is required for state and federal accountability? So tonight I want to walk you through the process of what the state requires, what the federal requires, and then I'm going to go intimately into our actual plan. So we want to start with the state. The state, the Texas Education Code sets performance standards. So if you are an A through a C rating, we are acceptable performance. If you are a D rating, first or second year, we are a needs improvement campus. And if you're an F or 3 consecutive Ds, we are unacceptable. If you are unacceptable or needs improvement, the state requires that you do a needs assessment, an engagement assessment, and either a TIP or a TAP, and I'll go on further. So that's the state. On top of the state, there are federal guidelines, and there are 3 types of program for the federal government, and those are a comprehensive support and improvement plan called a CSI. These are campuses that rank at the bottom 5% in domain 3. So they take all the schools in the state and they rank the bottom 5, and these schools would be picked. Then we have target support and improvement campuses. These are called TSI, a campus that has 1 or more student subgroup that does not meet. For example, African American, Hispanic, economically disadvantaged, emergent bilingual. So any one of these specific categories, and if you do not meet standards for 3 in a row, will trigger a federal plan. So we have our state plan, which is A through F, and then we have a subgroup. So looking at our specific subgroups within each school. And then there's an additional target, which is recently new, called ATS, Additional Target Support. These are for Title I and non-Title I campuses that score at least one of these unperforming. So I wanted to just kind of go into each of the plans. So just kind of on a high level, if it's a 0 year as unacceptable and we have a D, then therefore we have a LIP plan. And in our campuses today, we have 1 LIP plan, which is Fair Meadows. If a campus has a 1 year unacceptable count and has a D or F, they have to make a TIP plan, which is a targeted support plan. And we have 1 campus at Acton Elementary. If a campus has 2 consecutive years of a D or an F, we have to create a campus turnaround plan. And we have 5 campuses with turnaround plans. If a campus is 3 or 4 years, we again make and implement the plan. So basically 5 of our campuses fall under TAP, 1 fall under TIP, and 1 fall under LIP. In addition to that title on the state, we also are tagged a second title for subgroups. So we have the Target Support Improvement, which is a TSI, and we have additional target support and campus support. So each of our campuses have a state label and a federal label. So this slide kind of spells it out for everybody. It tells you exactly which each school is at, what our federal label is, and what our state level is. So today you're approving these plans, and they're combined with the state and the federal. We don't do separate plans. They're just extra things that we have to target within our plan. For example, if one of our campuses missed our African American subgroup, in our overall plan, we must address that subgroup. So we're not making two separate plans for the state and federal. It's one plan, but addressing the different layers in each of those plans. And we showed above, you'll see how many years the campus has been unacceptable, and the last three rankings from 2023, 2024, and 2025 that would have triggered each of those plans. You might be asking, how do we get out or how do we exit school improvement? That answer's rather simple, but rather tasking. We have to earn a B, or C rating. For some of our campuses, for most of our campuses, that's a consecutive C or higher. So we have to earn a C this year and then maintain that C or higher the following year to be fully released from the federal and state accountability. Now, our D campuses need to only reach it 1 year, but our F campuses have to meet that criteria 2 years in a row. So the systems that I'll be talking about today will not only serve us this year, but also build the sustainability for the following year. We're really big this year about creating systems. This brings us to our school improvement plans. As Mr. Graham and Dr. Wyatt mentioned, we developed district and campus CIP and district strategic goals. Our TAP, TIP, and LIP plans are very much aligned with priority 1, 2, and 3 for our district. First and foremost, our plan is aligned not only to the priorities, but also to the campus strategies. The 4 district priorities of student academic success, student families and communities, professional development, and physical stewardship. Our improvement plans outline systems, structures, and instructional actions we must implement with consistency and fidelity. These actions ensure that every campus has a clear, aligned pathway towards school improvement that is intentionally moving all students and all subgroups at each particular campus. In short, our plans include cohesive across the district and a unified roadmap of supporting our principals, our APs, our instructional coordinators, and our teachers to support students. Our plan has 4 key areas. 1, foundational and instructional leadership practices and systems called FLIPS. In fact, today our 5 principals attended that TA training and came back super excited with all kinds of good information on how they can implement strong coaching and feedback on their campuses, aligning with our district and campus plans. Our second focus is data-driven instructional practices and student assessment cycles. Our third is a capacity building of supports of our leadership team. And the last is performance management site visits and effective coaching. And I'm going to go into each of those, the fun part. So our first focus area is foundational of instructional leadership practices and systems. So what does this look like, and what does it look differently this year? This year, we are focused on leadership team structures. We're focused on establishing clear roles, responsibilities, and meeting cadences with our admin team, our PLCs, our data meetings. We are focused on building instructional walk systems so that we're building capacity of how our leaders monitor Tier 1 instructions, using data and giving actionable, in-the-moment feedback. We're walking into classrooms, and when we see instruction that may not be aligned, in that moment, we're addressing it and supporting that teacher and that administrator and creating a cycle of effective feedback. We're coaching and providing those cycles of regular feedback, of trust between the supervisor and the teacher and the students to align. Our big chunks of data is Get Better Faster, which is rooted in instructional practices to really dig in on those instructional components to support teachers, along with our T-test evaluation. We also are doing a lot of progress monitoring. Each campus tracks key measurements, and this is new. Principals are truly tracking every student, every teacher on campus. Every time we take a district assessment, every time we take a benchmark, which we're about to take a benchmark, or an exit ticket, we have it down to every student, every subgroup, every grade level, so that we know what we're doing well and what we might need to go back and readdress with professional development. We're making data-driven decisions. We're using that data to drive our professional development. If you ask our science teachers, they were in an amazing PD last week, unpacking 5.9 Earth and solar systems. They were creating their interactive notebooks. They were setting it up. They were really diving into the work so that when we give that first-tier instruction to students, it's quality. Right? We're growing our new teachers and our novice teachers along with our coaches and our principals to make sure when we're in front of kids, it's quality first-tier instruction. We're also developing a professional learning community during our PLCs. We partner with Sustain Ed to ensure we have quality PLCs that are focused on standards, lesson internalization. That means we're taking that lesson, we're unpacking it side by side with teachers, and we're making sure that we understand what we're teaching and how we're going to deliver that first-tier instruction. It's critical, especially when you have a lot of new teachers. We've set up, with the help of Teaching and Learning and under direction of our CAO, Dr. Nick, and our executive director, Ms. Reyes, we set up professional development for areas of concern and also just areas of new. For example, 5th grade science is new to our elementary. So what we're doing, because it's new, and the vision of our superintendent and our CEO, we've aligned that PD. We're unpacking TEKS every 2 weeks with our 5th grade science. We're unpacking curriculum with our 3 to 5th grade reading teachers, our math teachers, really trying to figure out what support they need and then immediately giving them that support. So then when we're walking the classrooms, we're immediately giving that coaching in the moment. That wasn't happening, and it's happening across K through 8, particularly in all our school improvement campuses. Data-driven practices is our second area, making sure that we have a system for looking at data, looking at assessments. So we're we've created school improvement. Each of the school improvement campuses have created individual student trackers. They've created campus trackers to track the iReady so that we know how kids are performing on their own pathway or if we assign something to them. They also are tracking their campus-wide data, how we're doing at 3rd grade, at 4th grade, at 5th grade, how we're doing in math, how we're doing in science. But more importantly, how is our individual babies in our classrooms doing? Every child, if you ask our principals, every adult has been tasked to make sure our children understand their individual goals. We also have monthly data huddles. We just had our school improvement huddle last Friday. Principals engaged in a task where they identify what the growth band was for every child on their campus and where they needed to grow. Where did they start and where do they need to grow? And then how are you gonna get every kid there? And we had some really great conversations. And then we're gonna do that again when we have the fall benchmark. We're gonna do that again when we have the spring benchmarks. And then we're gonna provide professional development when we see areas of concern. Then our area 3 is building capacity and supports. We have a strong team where we are combining school leadership, which is what me and Dr. Wyatt, curriculum and instruction, and then Sustain Ed, which is our partner. So we meet weekly and we talk about what's working, what's not working, how do we need to move differently. For example, we had a great conversation about interactive notebooks last week. How do we stamp the learning? How do we know kids got it? And we stamped that, we're embedding that PD, and teachers are rolling that out. They're super excited. Actually, over the break, over our mini break, I had 3 teachers come up to me and say, Hernandez, that was a great workshop. I felt like I was a new teacher. Like, can we do more of this? And I said, yes, ma'am, it's coming. So we're really trying to meet the teachers where they're at. building that capacity of the principal, the assistant principal, our instructional coaches, our teachers, and hopefully that all pours into our babies and our students. Again, great partnership with Sustain Ed coming in and helping us with our PLCs. We get 2 weeks, each school improvement school gets 2.5 days, or 2 days, 2.5 days of need-to-need coaching. They come into the PLC, they support teachers. I don't get that standard, they break it down, they pull out resources, they connect the dots for our teachers and our administrators so that we can make sure we're delivering quality instruction. And our last one is performance management site visits. If we don't visit what we're asking them to do, then obviously that's really important, that we're visiting and we're providing feedback on what we're asking. We're inspecting what we expect, right? So we have a Region 10 consultant, Ms. Hobbs, who comes and walks with me. We walk probably twice a month, and she provides direct coaching and support, as well as I do monthly site visits with her, and then we do weekly. School improvements are getting an instructional walk at least once a week, if not twice a week, if not sometimes a third if we have a collaboration walk. So there's a lot of feedback. We're in classes, we're changing as we're going. We're not waiting until 45 minutes later and that person taught it wrong. We're like, okay, let's get it right now. And we're seeing the positive turnaround with kids and students and parents. Last, our effective coaching and feedback cycle. Again, the instructional walks, the weekly coaching visits. The coaching visits aren't just instructional. We're also looking at attendance. We're also looking at discipline. We're also working with student services, and we're making sure that we're addressing absences, because we know if kids aren't in school, then they can't learn. So we're really building those systems where we're all talking to each other and making sure we're doing the whole well-rounded child. And then last, so that's our plan. Those are our big systems: data, instructional walks, building capacity of our teachers, staff, and administrators. So today I'm asking you to approve our TIP, TAP, and LIP plans. Today you guys would approve it. If approved by the board, I will submit our plans by this Friday by 4 o'clock to TEA to our commissioner. Once our commissioner and the team looks at it, by January 23, 26, they'll approve our plans or reject our plans. I'm hoping they approve our plans. We got a good flag up that they're solid. And then if rejected, then I'd come back in March. Hopefully, we won't even have to pay attention to that one. And we'll get them all appealed, all approved by January 23rd when they review our plans. So with that being said, I do have 4 official things I must read as the DCSI so that we can approve these plans today. As the DCSI for Duncanville ISD, I assure you that all locally conducted needs assessment met the requirements in Section 39A.053 of the Texas Educational Code, and the results of the local needs assessments are available upon request. As a DCS for Duncanville ISD, I assure you that the campus intervention team conducted a public meeting at each campus required to submit a turnaround plan, target improvement plan, or local improvement plan with the campus principal, the members of the campus leading planning and the decision-making committees, parents of students attending the campus, and the community members residing in the school district to review the plans. These plans were posted also on the district website. As a DCI for Duncanville, I assure you that the written notice of all public meetings were provided to parents and students for each impacted campus. Notice of the meetings were posted on each campus website, and this notice included the date, time, plan, and the plan itself. As a DSI for Duncanville, I assure you that the board conducted, which is our public meeting today, conducted a hearing of the plans for each campus, identified to notify the public of insufficient performance of campuses. The improvement plans were inspected, and interventions and measures may have been imposed if our performance does not improve within a designated period, which I've explained to the board, of consecutively 2 years. So I ask you to approve our 25-26 TAP, TIP, and LIP. At this time, I'd answer any questions.
Do I have any questions or comments? Yes, Doctor.
Hello. My first question is, how are you implementing the plans?
So First and foremost, we sat with each principal. We trained, we went to TA, we attended the trainings, and then we built the plan. So they have a written plan that you guys have, and every week we're either doing the instructional walks. So that's part of our plan. So us walking the campuses and make sure instruction's happening. Part of the plan is PLCs, making sure they're holding PLCs. Making sure our principals have them on the calendar, they have agendas. We're working with Sustain Ed to implement strong PLCs. Data conferences, making sure we're tracking data from campus to the district to student. So it's really just working side by side with each principal at each campus and ensuring the 5 components that I went over that we're actually doing it. I have weekly check-ins with each principal, and we talk about in our weekly check-ins, where are we with the monitoring piece? Where are you at with the feedback teach? How are these TEKs doing, or what are we doing about these TEKs? So it's weekly meetings with the principals along with a strategic plan of timelines for each one of these events.
Can I add one thing to that? One thing I'd like to add to that, though, is that I want the board to understand, even though we're approving the plans to meet our legal requirements, these plans are alive and well on every campus.
What support are the teachers getting in the PLCs that they weren't before now?
Great question. They're receiving a lot of need support, Ms. Flowers. They're identifying, unpacking the TEK first and foremost. So like, let's say 5.9, the one that we did for science and for force and motion. We unpacked it together. We understood what is the verb asking, what is the rigor of STAR. We pull a STAR question and we look at it and we look at the standard and say, is our curriculum meeting that standard? Will kids be able to master at this level, which is our STAR assessment? And then if there's disconnect, the Sustain Ed and the principal supervisors are providing that direct need support. Teachers are also rehearsing, right? So they're getting an opportunity in a safe space to reteach it among a small group of their fellow colleagues. And then if there's misconceptions, we're working out that misconception right there in that PLC space.
I'm sorry, I don't think I asked my question. Let me reframe it.
Yes, ma'am.
Who's in the PLCs providing the support? How are they receiving it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, my apologies. So it's the principal as the instructional leader of the campuses. We're asking them to attend PLCs. So for most campuses, it's the principal, the assistant principal, the instructional coordinator, the teachers for the grade level, and then if the Sustain Ed partner is there, they're sitting in the PLCs, and then if I'm there, I'm sitting in the PLCs.
Okay. How are the principals embracing the plans?
I think at first it can definitely be a heavy lift, right? Definitely a heavy lift because we're doing a lot of new things. We're doing data differently. We're doing PLCs different. We're walking campuses different. We're doing coaching in the moment differently. So I definitely think at the beginning there was definitely a heavy lift. I do think as November has come, there's been some balance. Understanding the system and the expectation and really just diving in. I think the principals are extremely talented and they're picking up the learning pretty quickly, and they ask a lot of really good questions of their leaders, right? They ask a lot of whys. We spend a lot of time unpacking that why. But I would say we had a really good session last Friday. I can only speak to the set of principals I'm serving, but no, I can speak to all of them. I think that they're doing really good unpacking it and really understanding it and really understanding why we're moving differently this year and the need to move differently.
So the support that the principals are receiving is coming from Sustained Ed?
No, it's coming directly, it's coming from several sources.
Okay.
One source is Sustain Ed because they are our required partner. Another, of course, their deputy chiefs, right? That's me or Dr. Wyatt going in and providing, again, 2 to 3 times a week support, need support. That's the teaching and learning department providing us PD at a high level. So that's the curriculum department. That's the executive director, Ms. Reyes's team. That's coordinators going in when we have a teacher who may need support, and we're diving in that bell-to-bell modeling. So it's a system of support. It's not one individual. It's really us working together and figuring out who is the best person to help with this particular piece that we see.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am?
Can you tell me a little bit about the instructional walks?
Yes, ma'am. So the.
Like how many?
Yeah, so
Who's in the walk?
With Region 10, that we're required to do one walk a month. So with Region 10, they come out, Ms. Hobbs and I come out, she comes out once a month, she schedules those walks with the school improvement. So those are once a month, about 2 hours. We go, TA has a school improvement form in which we have 22 indicators that we look at and we score between a 1 and a 4. And then that's used to drive, and we're really focused with TA, they're focused on authentic reading, writing, and speaking, right? So that's with TA. Then they have a walk with their deputy suit, which is me, once a week, for once every other week. Just depends on whether we have a calibration walk or we have a TA walk. And then that includes me and the principal, the assistant principal, and the instructional coach. Because what we're trying to do is build capacity among the team. So it's not just the principal carrying that lift, it's the principal, the assistant principal, the instructional coach, and then sometimes when Sustain is there, they'll join us, so we do those walks. And then there's a calibration walk with teaching and learning department, and then we'll have experts in each of the content areas, and they're walking, I'm walking, Dr. Nick might walk, maybe the suit comes, he came to one of our PLCs last week, engaged in some great PLCing of 3rd through 5th grade classes. And so it just depends on who's navigating the walk.
What's the largest group you have? Like, what's the number of the calibration walks?
We try to keep between 4 and 6, because we'll break them up in groups. So we'll take early learning in different classrooms, so we don't have, it could be 15 people or in that group of like walking classrooms, but then there'll be a list of 2nd grade classes, 3rds, and then we break up in usually groups of 4, no more than 5 is what I've been used to.
I'm glad to hear that. I didn't think
Yeah, we're not all going in.
10, 12 was really
So
effective.
we might start with 15, and then that might break up into 3 or 4 groups, and then we're hitting different teachers.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Pleasure.
Great questions. Thank you so much. This is to Dr. Wyatt and yourself, Ms. Hernandez. I'm so appreciative of the layout of this plan. There are 4 things I took away from this: tracking performance, data-driven, walk-in instructional walks, that's what you call it, and building teacher community. Those are the 4 things that I took away from your presentation, and I think that's going to deeply affect and improve what we see in the future here soon. So I thank you both.
Moving on. Oh, yes.
Trustee Fahey?
Well, I'm just so excited and encouraged, but after listening to you, I'm like totally and thoroughly exhausted.
It's a heavy lift, but we got it.
There was more, and I thought, okay, that's great. Oh, there's more. But thank you so much. Thank you, God.
Yes, ma'am. The principals are working hard.
I like the part too where the teachers are coming away going, I have learned something new, and it's igniting a new fire in the way they teach. So I appreciate that. Okay, so now moving on. Do I have a motion that the board approve the 2025-2026 turnaround plan, targeted improvement plan for Duncanville ISD?
So moved.
Thank you. Please cast your vote. 4-0, motion approved. Oh, I'm sorry, we'll have to redo that again, please. Please cast your vote now. 5-0, thank you. We will now move to information and discussion items. The first item is bilingual and English as a second language program. Dr. Samuel Nix.
Good evening, Vice President Veracruz, members of the board, and Dr. Gurry. All school districts are required to conduct a Bilingual Education and English as a Second Language, we call that ESL, annual evaluation. So at this time, I would like to invite Ms. Maria Hernandez to the podium. She is our Director of Language Acquisition to present on the effectiveness of our programs.
Good evening, Vice President Veracruz, Board of Trustees, and Superintendent Dr. Goree. Thank you for the opportunity to present the annual bilingual and ESL program evaluation. This evaluation, required under the Texas Education Code, allows us to assess program effectiveness, celebrate areas of strength, and identify focus areas so we can continue moving toward access and high academic achievement for emergent bilingual learners. Tonight, I will provide a brief overview of who we serve, how our students are performing linguistically and academically, and the strategic actions underway to strengthen outcomes. First, let's look at our district emergent bilingual landscape. If you look at the graph on the left-hand side, you can see that our emergent bilingual population has increased over the years. At one point in 2017 to 2018, our population was made up of 17.2% emergent bilinguals. That increased all the way up to about 26% in 23-24. Since then, we have held steady at around 26%. Sometimes it could be 26.3, 26.2. Currently, our total emergent bilinguals enrolled in the district is at, or was at 2,875. I actually had a chance to look again, and we're at 2,904. So often it continues to increase, and last year we got to over 3,000. Of those emergent bilinguals, about 1,234 are enrolled in the DL program. DL stands for dual language. And how those students are identified as dual language is that when they enroll in a Texas school, they have to select what languages are spoken at home. If they write down any language other than English, and in this case specifically Spanish, because our dual language program focuses on developing English and Spanish so that we can maintain bilingualism and biliteracy in our students. And so we have identified 1,234 students who actually qualify for the dual language program because of the languages that were selected on their home language survey. Then we have 1,431 students in ESL, which is your English as a second language. That is a little bit different. That is for students who enroll, who select a language other than English or Spanish, because we do have students who speak other languages. Since we are not equipped to provide them dual language in additional languages, then they are enrolled in an English as a second language program. Also, in secondary, we don't have dual language. Dual language only goes up to 5th grade. So if a student enrolls after 5th grade, they automatically go into English as a second language. Then you see on there that we also have some students who are parent denials. Basically what that means is when a parent is offered the opportunity for their child to go into dual language, they decide that they want their child in a general education class. So they deny services. They deny any kind of resources that we may provide through our Title III funds. And so we have 210 students who are currently parent denials. Our families actually come from all over the world. So we have families that come from Central America, South America, Africa, Asia, and Europe. 41 countries and territories total. And they speak multiple languages. We have families and students that enroll who speak Arabic or Portuguese, Mandarin, So while the majority of our students who enroll and select a second language on their home language survey tend to be Spanish speaking, we do actually have students who enroll who speak 21 languages across the district. Now we're going to move into how we serve the emergent bilinguals in these programs. For students who are in a dual language program, they must be served by a bilingual certified teacher. And for students enrolled in an ESL program, they must be served by teachers certified as ESL teachers. If you look at the graph that I'm displaying right now, in 2024-2025, we actually had 66% of our teachers who were bilingual certified, and we had 40% who were not certified. So there's been an improvement this year. If you look at the 25-26 school year, we actually have more certified teachers and less uncertified teachers, which is the direction we want to move in so that our students are actually receiving services with the appropriately certified teacher trained to service both their linguistic and academic needs. If you look at the gray and the yellow, the ESL, it's actually the opposite. So in the ESL program, we are actually increasing the number of uncertified teachers we currently have, which means a lot of our students are not receiving the services with ESL certified teachers. So what are we doing about that? We are actively working with human resources to increase access to individuals in our district who could be part of a Grow Your Own program, and try to retain those individuals who are already with us. We also, as a department, offer certification supports, anything from prep sessions to reimbursing once they pass the test. We are there to fully support our teachers through the process as they get certified. We, as a district, have come a long way as well in offering competitive compensation to our teachers who are certified. We also try to strategically place our teachers who are certified. We work with universities to recruit certified teachers. And for those teachers that continue as uncertified, we make sure we offer them content-based language instruction, professional development, and coaching. So let's look at the data for TELPAS. So TELPAS is the exam that students take every year, just like the STAR, except the TELPAS focuses on language development, English language development to be specific. So if you look at the graph up here, it shows you how campuses performed in 2024 and how they performed in 2025. If you look at column D, it shows you the difference between those across those 2 years. So if something's in red, that means that the performance was less. So for example, Acton, 72% met the yearly progress goals that TEA sets forth. In 2025, however, they got 50%. So that's a drop of 22%. However, in some cases, you see green, so that means there was an increase in the students meeting the adequate yearly progress. So as a result of meeting adequate yearly progress in the English language, campuses can earn points toward Domain 3. So you can see in column E, those campuses that actually earned points, you can earn up to 4 points. And so when you earn 4 points, that equals 10 contribution points toward Domain 3. So 10 is the highest you can go, but that could be a difference between a letter grade. So if a campus is a F campus, they can easily move up to a D or a C. So you can see here how many got the 10 points, how many got 7.5, and how many got 0. What campuses are aiming for are those interim goals that are in those boxes. So you see elementary at the top has a different interim goal than the middle schools, and high school has a different interim goal. Now we're going to move into the STAR data. So now you got to see the TELPAS data. Now we're going to move into STAR. So here you see a graph that shows you the comparison in how students did from 24 to 25. As you can see, if the blue is higher than the red, that means that they did better. There were a couple of areas where our EBs did not perform better. When you look at our EBs in comparison to the district, the EBs outperformed the district in grades 4 to 5, with grade 8 leading the way. Growth trend shows emergent bilingual students surpassing the district in upper elementary and middle school. This demonstrates the impact of targeted emergent bilingual supports at these grade levels. So that's that green check mark. Those are our bright spots for our emergent bilinguals. Then you have the warning sign, the danger sign. Basically, what that's showing is that grade 3 is trailing behind the district, which signals an early literacy gap. So hence that focus on early literacy that we have going on right now. Grade 7 and English 1 didn't show growth, and high school English 1 and 2 EB performance was significantly below the district. So what are we doing about that, right? Now that we have seen that these trends are happening in our district, we're making sure that we are working with leadership to strengthen Tier 1 early literacy, phonics, providing language scaffolds at the same time. We're also looking at our bright spots, like in grade 7 and 8, trying to capture and replicate some of the practices that they're doing well across the other grade levels. For high school English 1 and 2, we are providing coaching cycles, readiness lessons, and EB academies, such as a TELPAS camp on Saturdays. And we're also monitoring the DCAs and how they are doing and creating support plans around that. Now that was the reading, and let's look at the math. So if you look at the graphs, in math, students had more areas where their performance actually dropped. So some of the bright spots, though, let's focus on some of the bright spots first. Emergent bilingual students' scores did increase in grades 6 and 8. Emergent bilingual students were above the district in grades 3 to 6 and 8. Grade 5 and 8 had standout performance. One of the warnings here is that grade 7 and Algebra 1 overall performance were low. So again, what can we do about that? What are we doing to contribute to helping our students improve? We want to replicate those grade strategies that are working, such as in grades 3 to 6 and 8 across the campuses. We want to support we are supporting grade 7 and Algebra 1 teachers with targeted coaching and intervention planning, and providing Algebra 1 readiness supports through trainings and coaching. And some of the trainings I listed on there are like content-based language instruction strategies such as QSSA and Talk Read and Talk Write. Basically, those are strategies that get our students learning the content through opportunities to speak, listen, read, and write. So our next steps are to strengthen Tier 1 instruction with embedded language objectives. I'm happy to report that we're actually seeing language objectives being used across the district this year. Leveraging district curriculum assessments and linguistic data to monitor student progress and provide actionable feedback to teachers. And we're providing district and campus trainings and targeted classroom support and coaching in emergent bilingual heavy classrooms. So again, I'm showing you these numbers one more time so that we can remember that our emergent bilingual population does make up 26.1% of our district population. And so really, when we focus on emergent bilingual success, it really becomes our district success. So it's important that we invest in our emergent bilingual students as well. At this time, I'm happy to take any questions you might have.
Are there any questions? Yes, Doctor.
Are we using any technology platforms like Summit K-12 or what are the other, IXL or any of those things to help as an intervention? with our EB students?
Yes, we have purchased Summit K-12 for all campuses, and the expectation is that campuses are having their students log into Summit K-12 at least 60 minutes a week.
So my second question is, have all the campuses been trained on Summit K-12?
We have offered trainings, and I believe not every single campus has been trained, but we have offered the trainings.
So it's optional?
No.
That's my question to you. Is it?
It's not optional.
So the campuses that have not done the training for Summit K-12, Dr. Gorey, what's happening?
Right, I'm gonna defer to the academic team, because I don't want to, and I can get you an answer to your question, but if someone on the academic team would like to support here, you're welcome to come to the podium.
So thank you for the question of Summit K-12. The goal will be that all campuses are trained by the end of the semester to make sure that we are not only leveraging the support for our bilingual programs, but for all of our students. So by the end of the semester, all campuses will be trained on Summit K-12.
And the monitoring of that, how will the monitoring of that happen?
The deputy chiefs will ensure that not only are they trained, but that's just really going to be a part of the implementation process. So it's just a part of when we're training and when we're going through and providing this training, that it's the dashboard that we have. It's really just making sure that we have a metric in place, that weekly we're checking that. Not only with Summit K-12, but we have a couple of other programs that we're using as well. And the piece of that is really just how are we measuring, how are we monitoring, what are the tools and the systems that we're using to do that. And the deputies have a great dashboard that they use and that they report to me on, and that monitoring piece is going to be just a non-negotiable.
What are we using in addition to Summit K-12?
We use All in Learning. We just purchased, or we're in the process of purchasing Sirius. And these are platforms that we're using to support with our intervention, and to support, of course, we have iRadio as well with our intervention, but these are just additional platforms that we're using to supplement.
Could somebody give us a plan of the Summit K-12 rollout, what that's going to look like, the training, and what the expectation is? Thank you.
Yes, I'll make sure to get that to you. Thank you.
To us, yes, thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
enjoyed your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
We will move now to the information discussion agenda item B, security and safety update, intruder detection, audit findings. Presenter Chief Max Guerin.
Good evening, Madam Vice President, board members, Madam President, nice to see you, and Dr. Gorey. The safety of our students and staff at Duncanville ISD is obviously our highest priority, and as part of Governor Abbott's school safety directives after the Uvalde tragedy, the Texas School Safety Center recently conducted intruder detection audits at one or more of our campuses, and these audits test campus security and help identify areas for improvement. We are working with our School Safety and Security Committee to review findings, train staff, and enhance campus safety. While we understand and appreciate that community interest, specific results cannot be shared publicly to protect security measures. The full results were reviewed in executive session earlier this evening with the board and discussed with the committee. I can assure you that Duncanville ISD remains committed to providing a safe and secure learning environment for all students and staff. Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing that there aren't any questions, there are no further items to discuss. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you. Meeting is adjourned.